scored 28 points, which is you're growing in that area. But
Yeah.
for you, especially coming off the 2 hour delay, I mean, two first possessions you scored immediately. What were you seeing from you all in that element of connecting with your wide receivers?
I think our guys did a good job, like kind of just like staying up during that delay. Like it's kind of weird, like you don't really know how to handle stuff like that because it's so unpredictable about when you'll go back out. There's a moment we thought we were going to go back out. We were in the tunnel. They sent us back inside, but guys, they did a good job staying loose. Kind of staying locked in, and then yeah, we came out. We made an impact right away. We started fast. We did some good things, and that was kind of how we handled that.
What did you continue to see from your team as the clock right now? I know for you as a leader, but what are you seeing in your mindset of that in the pocket?
Yeah, I think obviously we score and we get the 2 point conversion to go up 28-21, and from that point on, like we never just put the dagger in them. We never took advantage of an opportunity to go and score again, and kind of like maybe like kind of what they did to us when they went up 14. Like we never took the opportunity to put it out of reach or make them feel like, man, like this game's over for us, and that's on us. Like there's plenty of opportunities in the rest of that third quarter and that fourth quarter for us to score, and we just didn't do our job. And I mean, it's at the end of the day, the offense's job to score points, and we just got to do a better job of it.
Nick, you probably had the most success today with deeper routes, deeper balls. How essential is that going to be going forward to try to get this offense, on the track you got on today?
Right. Yeah, I mean, look, we have talented playmakers on the outside. Obviously, you saw. I mean, Najee's been doing a terrific job the first 4 weeks of the season. He's really done his thing. I'm really proud of him. Marion, you've seen a little bit more of him today, obviously making a big play on a touchdown. We kind of knew coming in, like that's kind of what we wanted to do. Marshall, like they were fast to run fit. They were aggressive in the box. I mean, you saw most of the first half. They were almost getting near playing cover zero. In the second half, they started getting a little more single high safeties and then kind of maybe like clouding a little bit on third down and trying to like give their corner on Najee help. But I mean, look, at the end of the day, like that was just kind of what they were giving us, and we were able to take advantage of it early on. But like I said, like we have to be able to have sustained success. It can't just be a hot start, or it can't just be a good finish. You can't just have a good middle eight of the game. Like you have to have a hot start, a good middle, and then a strong finish. And that's how you win games. And we haven't done that yet this year.
Nick, you got running back Shaquille Mitterville some valuable touches tonight. How did he affect the offense?
I mean, he's our best player. Like, in terms of everything he does for this team, you saw what he does when we hand the ball off to him. You saw what he does catching the ball out of the backfield. You saw what he can do. I mean, even in pass protection, the guy's a beast. And then you can see what he does breaking tackles. I mean, everything that kid does in terms of how he handles himself on the field, off the field. One of the best players on that field tonight, no doubt about it. And he's a baller. Shaquille's an absolute baller.
Nick, you hit, I believe, 7 different receivers tonight, and the passing game went to the next level. What was really different about tonight as opposed to the last few weeks?
Yeah, it's our offense isn't something where like one guy's going to be the star of the show. The ball's going to get dispersed out to whatever the defense deems. As a quarterback, you just try to be a point guard and get the ball out to your playmakers and dish it out. And you try to be disciplined in terms of giving or taking what the defense gives you. We have talented guys, like I said. I mean, it's not just Najee, it's Miles, it's Amarion, it's Cam, it's Miles, it's our tight ends Hunter and Tavion and Evan. And I mean, our backs are just as good out of the backfield, like I said, Jaquel and Ricky Hunt included. So I mean, like we have a ton of playmakers, but like at the end of the day, you can have all your playmakers, but if you're not all on the same page, you're not executing, you're not going to win ball games. And that's just kind of what happened.
I know there were a few plays here and there, but for the most part, your offensive line did a pretty good job in protection tonight. Just how big was that in helping you efficiently run the offense?
Yeah, it was big. I thought they had a really good. I thought the O-line played well. Those guys on Marshall are big up front. They play with speed. They do some different things in terms of their pressures, but I thought they did a really good job. We were able to have some really really good runs in the process. I thought they held up in protection as well as they could and allowed us to really push the ball down the field and have that opportunity to or give us the opportunity to at least try to push it downfield. Hats off to them.
You mentioned Amorian Walker a bit ago. Had close to 70 yards receiving tonight. Just talk about what he adds to the offense.
Yeah, I mean length, speed, agility, kind of everything you would want in a receiver. He kind of has it. And I think you were able to see it, like his speed. Obviously he had the long touchdown, fighting for balls in the air, being physical. I mean, he's definitely a mismatch nightmare. You could put him outside, you can move him inside. Kind of just like I said, it kind of the ball gets dispersed out like depending on what the defense does. And we have playmakers all over the field, but Marion is a top tier wide receiver, and you're going to see a lot more plays coming from him in the coming weeks, in the coming games.
You mentioned in the preseason that your guys' goal was to score 35 points a game this year, and you nearly hit that tonight. Clearly the best offensive game this season from you guys. What are you missing, and how do you guys take the next step into achieving that 35-point goal?
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys saw it. Like, there's still things that are holding us back from reaching all of our goals. Obviously, there's timely penalties. We're converting on third downs, but penalties are holding us back and making it third and long. We're just having, just miscues, and we're not executing at a high enough level in order to win ball games, and that's what happened tonight. Like, there was times we executed on our touchdown drives, but I mean, even you see it, like, there's opportunities where we have in the low red zone and we just get knocked back because of penalties. And so, we learned that last week at Nevada. The last thing you want when you're down in the low red zone is penalties, because you're just going to knock yourself out of the scoring range. 7 points turns into a field goal, and Jacob did an amazing job tonight kicking those 2 field goals. But at the end of the day, we would much rather have 14 points on the board instead of 6. So we have a lot of stuff to clean up, and we'll learn from it.
After this game, moving to 1-3, but you're still 0-0 in conference play. Move on to conference play with a fresh slate. Everything's ahead of you.
Yeah.
How do you approach practice this week heading into Conference USA play?
Yeah, the practice approach is just going to be it's going to be high intensity, and I think the leaders on this team have to make sure of it. Like, we have to do a better job practicing. Coach Simmons, our O-line coach, was pretty honest with us. He spoke to the team, and he made it clear, like, our standard hasn't been met yet, and as leaders on the team, myself and others included, we have to raise our practice intensity, and we're going to do that. And like you said, though, 0-0 in conference play. Like, we have a lot of good teams to play ahead of us. Next one's up Kennesaw State on the road, so we got to get ready for them. Good team, they've done well. They put good stuff on tape, so we got to get ready for them, and we're going to go from there.
All of non-conference considered, do you think the offense is trending in a good direction headed into conference play?
Trending in a good direction, yeah. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, we would love to see more points on the board. We would love to see more wins in the win column. But we're doing some good stuff. We're just not doing that good stuff more consistently, and we need to find that. And I think it's going to start in practice.
Anything else for Nick?
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate it.